So the total calorie count today, without counting calories, even with my overages, what's going on, guys? My name is Zach, and today on Fitness Fabrication, we're going to be eating intuitively. If you don't know what eating intuitively is basically not necessarily counting calories, but eating until you feel full and then not eating until you're hungry again. This being said, I also will not be using the food scale today, so we're really going to test my ability to measure my food without the scale. I'm really excited to see how many calories I'm actually over or under by the end of the day with not using the scale and everything else. Make sure you stick around till the end because that's going to be a super huge part of this video. Anyways, let's get to cooking. It's time for meal one. I'm hungry. Alright guys, we're here for meal one, and this would usually be scrambled eggs with turkey burger, and that is what it's going to be, but this time I'm not going to weigh it. It's going to be weighed after I estimate how much I need. I'm going to bloop up on the screen what the calories and macros are regularly with this screenshot, and let's get to it. Supposed to be 2 ounces of cheese, and thankfully I know what that looks like in the bowl. I think. Alright, let's go with that. This is too much, I know. Alright guys, so now we're sitting down for this meal, and should be pretty good. Let's get this time lapse done. Alright guys, I'm back over here because the lighting was all natural over there and it was a little poor. But anyways, we're done eating and I feel pretty full, but like I said before, I don't usually eat that much food in one sitting. Generally it's split up throughout the day, but on the weekends I get up a little later. So for now, I'm going to see you guys until the next meal. We'll see how we do. Alright guys, welcome back. We are here for actually meal number 2. I usually eat 5 meals, so that's going to be the egg breakfast that you saw this morning separated into 2, and then 3 more meals after that. So now we're going to cook the pizza meal, and maybe I'll be hungry after, maybe I won't, we're going to see. Considering I've only had 1 meal today, and I should have had at least 2, we'll see. So anyways, let's get started. So we're using a cauliflower pizza crust with some fat-free mozzarella cheese, and then some Hunt's tomato sauce, or the whole tomatoes, just blended up in the Ninja blender. And you can't go wrong with Frank's Red Hot. We've got our sauce. But what I'm really looking forward to here is figuring out whether just not knowing the amount of calories that you're consuming changes how hungry you are by the end of the day. So by the end of the day today, I'm really interested in seeing how hungry I am. So we'll see. So that's the only problem with this meal. The problem with this meal, really, it comes down to the pizza crust contains so many of those calories that a lot of calories are actually dedicated just to the pizza crust alone that could be dedicated to other things like putting turkey burger on top of it or something else. But I can tell you, if you make 1,000-calorie pizza, it's a decent amount for sure. Now it's kind of cheating because I know how much cheese is about in one of these bowls here.
I mean, you're still not using the scale.
Yeah, and I'm still not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and place this stuff on. This is always kind of wing it. I know. I mean, it's 0 calories. You can assume it's 5, but generally I don't really count this too much. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, well, you still get calories from it. I mean, I don't count my coffee either. It's just not something that I do. If it was affecting my diet and I stopped losing weight or something like that, then I would look at things like this, the seasonings, the hot sauces, and other things like that. But as far as right now, I'm not really having a tough time losing weight. So for that reason,
I'm out.
I'm not going to count sauces and seasonings. I'm going to go heavy on the enchilada seasoning. Now, throw it in for 12 minutes. One thing I do have to say though is I'm concerned about how hungry I'm going to be after. Like I said, I'm missing a whole meal, so I wouldn't be really surprised if I was extra hungry afterwards. The problem is if I'm over on the amount of stuff that I'm supposed to be using, it's tough to tell, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why we're trying to figure out whether I'm hungry or not at the end of the day based on what I think I need to eat and whether it's going to make a difference in how hungry I feel. Maybe I'll eat way less, maybe I'll eat way more. We'll see. I will see you guys in 12 minutes once this is done. All right, Grandma Josephine's pizza is ready and looking good. I know I am under on my calories, my meals, so we're gonna go ahead and try to measure out some Coach Greg protein bars too. We'll just use the scale right here.
Is that your choosing? Or do you think you're gonna need more?
Get one more piece. That's probably the 110 grams that I need. 110 grams will be 300 calories, so that's what we're looking for. We'll see what we've got. I'm gonna plate that pizza, and then we're gonna sit down and go through a time lapse. So the total of this meal should be for the pizza, I think right around 600 or 700 calories. Or that's what it's usually supposed to be. And then the Coach Greg protein bar, obviously not really part of the pizza meal. I'm only eating it because I skipped a meal. That would be another 300 calories. So at this point, by the time I'm done eating, I should be 300 calories short of what I'm supposed to have eaten by this point today. One thing I should mention, guys, is the last meal usually takes place at 10 p.m. So that'll be the cutoff for today's challenge, if you will, or intuitive eating kind of idea, just so we have an end point. And once we have that end point, we'll see what the calorie count was for the end of the day, and that'll be it. So we have one more meal after this, and we'll see. I'm very excited to add everything up. One thing I should mention is that these are Coach Greg's score bars, which I ate in the last video. I'll throw something up on the screen now. You can click that if you want to, but I recommend waiting until the end of the video. I'll have a link in the description that you can click anyways. Here are my thoughts. It's 7 o'clock now, so I've got 3 hours to 10. I would be very surprised if I ate a lot more by 10 o'clock. And we already know that I'm 600 calories down, or well, 300 calories. But the thing is, I was very active today. So, I mean, activity, when you can stay busy, you're not going to be as hungry. But we'll see. I guess I'll see you guys in right around 3 hours. Alright guys, welcome back. This is meal number 3, and what we're going to do is a couple peanut butter sandwiches, and I am also going to do 1 bag of popcorn. So total, the calories for the 2 peanut butter sandwiches and the bag of popcorn are 240 calories for the bread, 60 calories for the peanut butter, and the Walden Farms syrup doesn't have any calories, so we don't have to worry about that, and then 100 calories for the bag of popcorn. So total, we should be looking at around 400 calories for this meal. Again, with the skipped meal earlier, it should be 300 calories plus another 300, because I did have half of the meal, which would be 600 calories that I'm supposed to eat for this meal. Let's get started. This, so 60 calories per 13 grams, that's what we're looking for. Just gonna do the rest. We'll probably open one more bottle. Might be about right, actually, based on how much is on the bread right now.
Now, based off of all of this so far, have you felt hungry today?
No, I haven't felt hungry all day long, and I am always hungry. So it's almost like not counting my calories or not really worrying so much. I mean, either I've been grossly overeating, or not counting calories has actually done pretty well for me. I don't know. It's kind of, I guess, arguable why I'm not feeling very hungry. So we're gonna drop a little bit of the Walden Farms syrup on. Yes, there will be an Amazon link in the description for the Walden Farms syrup, because
Angie Hughes ketchup.
it is very yummy. And you use ketchup, which is also very yummy.
And 0 calories.
And almost 0 calories for the ketchup. The ketchup is 5 calories, but it's so low in calories. I mean, this probably has 4 calories in it. They can write 0 because they don't need to write the true value on the syrup bottle. It's Orville Redenbachers. Bop! 2 minutes for the black microwave, 1.5 for the other one. Alright guys, we're back. Let's do this time lapse. We got our 2 peanut butter sandwiches, our popcorn. After this, we're all done for the day. We can go over what we ate. Let's do this. Results time. Let's see what we got. Alright guys, so what I have is I have breakfast written down. So we'll go over to what breakfast is supposed to be. It's supposed to be 2 servings of 4 ounces of turkey burger. And it looks like 8 ounces on the money for turkey burger. The next is 4 large eggs. That's obviously 4 large eggs. Liquid egg whites, 550 grams is what it was supposed to be. And it was actually 772 grams. Correction, 676. So I was 100 grams off on the egg whites, which would probably explain why I was a little more full today. Let's see how many more calories that would have been. So if we added another 100, or if we calculated 676, that's 367 calories as opposed to the 550 at 299 calories. So it was a 60 calorie difference. 60 calories wouldn't make that much of a difference for breakfast, but let's keep going to see how we did here. Spinach was 2.4 ounces as opposed to 2 ounces, so only a few more calories there. And the cheese, it was 3 ounces of cheese as opposed to 2 ounces, so that is a little more calories. So total breakfast was 1,113, 170.8 grams of protein, 8.5 grams of carbs, and 36.3 grams of fat. Now, again, this was compared to that 900, I believe, 997 calorie meal. So we were 100 calories over on that meal. Moving on to lunch, this was the cauliflower pizza, which was supposed to be 674 calories. Let's move on to the ingredients. The pizza crust was obviously just one pizza crust, so that came in at 510 calories for that. The sauce was 56 grams, which was extremely low. Cheese was 2.4 ounces, so we were 0.4 ounces of cheese under on this pizza, which I could kind of tell, I guess, a little bit. Obviously, if I could tell all the way, then it would have been spot on. Another 2.4 ounces of spinach for the pizza. Total, we had 648 calories, 33.7 of those grams were protein, 97 grams were carbs, and 15 grams of fat for that meal. So the total calorie count was 648. But wait a minute, I had a Coach Greg bar because I skipped one of my meals. So we can add that Coach Greg bar to the calorie count. So it's supposed to be 97 grams for 250 calories. I thought I did 300 calories, which would have been 110 grams, but instead did 140 grams of the Coach Greg protein bar. So I actually had 359 calories in the Coach Greg protein bars. So for this meal, that was a grand total of 1,007 calories. All right, and lastly, our peanut butter sandwich meal was supposed to be, again, that 400 calories. So we had 18 grams as opposed to 13 grams of the PB Fit, which led to 83 calories as opposed to the 60. So ironically, we had 420 calories for dinner today. So the total calorie count today, without counting calories, even with my overages, 2,540 calories. Generally, I eat 2,600 calories a day. So we were pretty spot on. I guess I got pretty good at counting my calories and pretty good at weighing things out. Now, that being said, there were a few things that I got really wrong. Like, for example, my breakfast. That was a lot of extra egg yolk. In a few spots, 3 ounces of cheese as opposed to 2 ounces of cheese. That's a pretty big difference. So again, this is why I weigh my stuff. But I did this for you guys so you guys could see how intuitive eating worked and kind of how I was able to get this done. And to see ultimately, if you get good enough, how well you can measure food. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, obviously. And let me know down below what you thought of this and whether you practice intuitive eating regularly. Like I said, I don't, but let me know in the comments section what you do. Until next time, guys, take care. Yeah. Bye! How's the exposure?
Good. It's right in the middle.
Good. 150th?
F2.0 and 500 ISO.
Perfect. Perfect.